This video is brought to you by Squarespace, making websites for you so you don't have to. Be honest, you don't know how. Hello everybody, today we are touching grass. But first we need to do a haul. That's right, we can't leave the house without spending money. I recently made my way to Muji to get this display box for my lemon pigs. Look at them, aren't they beautiful? We have our 2024 pigs on this side, and as you can see, the 2025 pigs, well, let's just say I hope the year 2025 gets better. For me personally, I have really been struggling with creativity. My brain really doesn't want to be creative right now, and I find that trying new art supplies really helps me out, so let's do it. While I was in Muji, I ran across this really interesting notepad that has 4 boxes on it. And as you guys know, I have kind of been a comic artist lately. So when I saw these 4 panels, I thought these would be perfect for sketching comics on the go, maybe somewhere that I don't want to take my iPad. It is pretty heavy. So I want to mess around with this notepad a little bit. Next up is this mechanical pencil that is designed to look like a wooden pencil. Did I need this? No. But is it cute? Absolutely. I do like the very thick lead. Usually I stick to a 0.7. What is this? I don't know. It's 2 millimeters. Now, how do you open it? Because I've never tried. Oh, ooh. Oh, they gave us no extra lead. Well, I didn't buy any extra, so let's hope I don't need any. Oh boy. I got this little compact pen. As you will see, all of our supplies are pretty compact. I don't really understand why or what for, but I thought I would stick them all to compact. This is just a simple ballpoint pen. I thought it'd be good for lining art if we need some thin lines. A corrector pen, AKA whiteout if I make any mistakes. Let's just open this up. Let's see, now because I am doing art on the go, I thought it'd be interesting to use a whiteout pen. I don't normally use whiteout pens, but you know what? Maybe I'll find a love for them. Well, now we've got this guy to go with us. Next up, we have a protractor and a ruler. I obviously don't really think I need these, but I thought I'm gonna be working on comics on the go. It might be nice to have angles or to at least play and experiment with them. So look, they're just so tiny and cute. And finally, what we're all here for, the markers. Muji doesn't often get new art supplies or I guess stationery supplies, but I saw these just sort of earthy colored felt tip pens and I thought, oh, I would love to. Why am I swatching these on my skin? Like, this isn't makeup. Or is it?
Ooh, shit. Fuck it up.
Shall we do a quick swatch? I didn't really plan on doing a swatch, but forget it. Let's just see what we got here. We've got apricot. You'll never guess this one is red. Orange, mustard yellow, grayish cyan, sky blue, which would love to know where the skies look like that. Blue, deep indigo, ooh, lilac, ash gray, black, and chestnut brown. I love the colors in this set, except no green? What is up with no green? Especially earthy colors, you would think green. But that's okay, maybe we can make a green. What happens if we put mustard yellow with, oh gosh, sky blue? Oh, ooh. My one concern is that these are water-based. And now I have to wonder if I get water. Now, obviously this paper is not watercolor paper, but here we go. Okay, I mean, I'm excited to use these art supplies in the wild. You know, maybe be a creeper in public, watch people's dogs run around, draw them. Ooh, look at that. Okay, with that whiteout. Okay, let's go back to touching grass. I want to touch grass. Hold on, stop the montage. We have to thank the sponsor of this video, Squarespace. If you don't have a website, you're a loser. No, I'm just joking. But if you don't, let me tell you about Squarespace. With Squarespace's collection of cutting-edge design tools, anyone can build a beautiful website. And I mean anyone. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm talking professionally designed and award-winning website templates. Not only can you make a gallery for your art, but you can also sell your stuff with online stores. Whether you're offering services, selling products, or both, Squarespace gives you everything you need to grow your business and make money. This is how I sell my art online. I love it. It's easy. Not to mention Squarespace payments is super easy to get paid, accepting popular payments like Klarna, ACH Direct Debit, Apple Pay, Afterpay, and ClearPay. You know the drill. Head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/KaseyGolden to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Let's do some art. So let me just start off by saying drawing in public didn't go quite as planned. First of all, as you can see, the sketching was impossible to see with the bright sun. I enjoy touching grass, but the art must continue inside at this point. I could not focus. The moment I arrived in the park and started setting up my camera, I was asked by somebody what I was doing, which is fine. But being in Vancouver, people be doing things in parks. People be doing drugs. So after I did my sketching, I went home and I had to finish all of these on my desk, unfortunately, but I'm happy with the art, so let's talk about it. I wasn't at the park long, but the main reason why I wanted to get out of the house was to touch grass and also to get inspiration to draw other things. You can't get inspiration if you never leave your house. You have to experience the world. You have to go watch people's dogs at a park like a weirdo. So I was doing just that. I sat on my blanket and I watched the people at the park for anything interesting, any sort of little comic-y ideas I could just throw down the paper for fun. So I saw this dog. This lady was sitting in the park enjoying the weather with her doggie, and the doggie was just sitting there staring off into the distance, and I was staring at the doggie, and then suddenly the dog looked at me. Now, obviously the dog wasn't making any sort of crazy face. It's a dog. But I imagine as I was staring at this dog and suddenly it turned to look, if you see someone just staring at you, it is a little shocking. It's like, whoa, can I help you? Hello, hi. So I drew the panels of this dog, slowly zooming in as I watched it, getting more and more uncomfortable. And as it finally looks at me, it's shocked, it's appalled, it's spooked, it's worried. I just had a lot of fun creating this really goofy dog face. If you notice the colors, remember how there's no green? Now, does Muji not sell a green marker? I did check online. There is an olive green. It's the perfect baby duty diarrhea green ever. Unfortunately, it is sold out, but I decided to take that as a challenge, and we are just using those colors, no mixing. I made the sky night just so that I could add some stars and a moon to make it a little bit more exciting, and obviously the sky blue was not sky blue. And really, I was just looking forward to that final panel because look at that face. That guy is crazy. I really enjoyed layering the colors, the lilac, the gray, the dark blue. Just look at him. He's spooked. All right, who's ready for another dog drawing? If given the opportunity, I'm going to draw an animal over a person any day. Plus, the people were just kind of walking around and not really doing anything except, you know, hard drugs, so let's just keep drawing dogs. I was watching this older lady play fetch with her little scruffy, yappy dog. You know, the usual, throw a ball, the dog brings it back, rinse and repeat. However, there were these two crows, and you actually saw them in the B-roll earlier, that were just kind of vibing in the park together, checking things out. I don't know, looking for breakfast. I don't know what crows do. Look for shiny things. They were just vibing. They weren't bothering the dog. They weren't even looking at the dog. They weren't even close to the dog. The lady would throw her ball. They were maybe 20 feet from the dog, minding their own business. Did I say that already? The dog would run after the ball, very excited, look for it, find it, and as soon as he picked up the ball, he would turn his head at both crows, stare them down as if to send them a message. A message so deep and complex, I can only boil it down to fuck you, I guess. You know how dogs just kind of look at something, they go, you can kind of see their whole body jumps as they give a little bark warning. It's as if every time this dog went to go fetch the ball, which it's as if it was having this internal dialogue of, do I drop the ball and then go chase these birds instead? These birds, they're looking at me funny, and I feel like they would feel better in between my jaws than this ball does. But we all know these little yappy dogs are just little yappy dogs, and they're all bark and no bite. Go on, dog, I'd like to see you take these crows. The crows were unbothered. Like I said, the crows saw the dog, but they were not paying the dog any attention. They were just minding their own business. And I love the colors on this one. The grayish cyan was the perfect color to go along with that mustard yellow. It's earthy, yet colorful. The white dog pops, the blackbirds pop. It's cute, it's silly. Honestly, not having green was fine considering how dead all of the grass is in these parks. Vancouver tries to conserve their water because summers are so dry. There are rules against watering grass. So a lot of the parks and people's yards just look dead like it's fall, so the yellow works. I actually quite like this one. Now, if only I liked dogs. For our final comic, there's no dog. Can you believe it? I actually meant to draw a dog in the final panel, but I kind of forgot to draw all of the details. In fact, if you haven't noticed, I completely forgot about the whiteout and the little protractor and ruler. I just got so into just coloring these comics that I didn't even think about the other tools that I had. I put all of my tools in a pencil case when I went to the park, and when I got home, I just took out the markers and I totally forgot about the whiteout and the rulers. And the whiteout actually would have been very useful because there were times when I accidentally colored too much white. If only I had a tool to put the white back. Okay, so in this comic, there was a group of people doing yoga. I think from what I could tell, there was a sign just pinned up on a tree that said there was yoga every day. So I was watching them just to see if anything interesting happened. I didn't want to just draw people doing yoga. So as I watched them, a little breeze blew by, some wind, and next thing you know, this plastic bag goes tumbling by these people, just trying to enjoy the fresh air, the sun, and the garbage blowing by in the city. Remember those people I mentioned earlier doing drugs? Yeah, people trying to do yoga, stay fit, and meanwhile, just across the park, there are people doing drugs, blowing clouds. It's a lovely time. You know, I love enjoying the nature here in Vancouver. the natural grass, if you know what I mean. The biggest challenge for this comic was definitely redrawing the same thing 3 different times, especially a human. It was a challenge, but it was something that I did want to challenge myself to do because doing comics, sometimes you do have to redraw the same panel. When you do a digital comic, you can of course just copy and paste. I think this is a cute comic. The grass is purple. The sky is just white. Do I regret that? Maybe. It doesn't quite make the smoke as impactful at the end. Definitely should have added a color to the sky. Oh, a yellow. Well, next time. And that's that. Good practice with comics. Love the colors. And I touched grass. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.